So a few days ago I was browsing YouTube and I saw this new video by Espen Kraft. He was showing us the JD990 and I noticed it had an awesome display. You know, I wished my JV 2080 looked like that. But wait a minute, it has the same display, so could it be that there's a new display available? For a while it was very hard to find a good display or replacement display for these units. Because it's a special case, I'll explain more about it in the Build Your Own Sequencer series at one point. But back on topic, I ordered one and it arrived today and we're going to install it. This is the eBay shop of Lux Music. This guy sells a lot of different displays for a lot of different devices. I had experience with him before, since I bought this Digital Music Corp MX8 display and I was quite satisfied. This display is for the Roland JV 2080 and is probably the one that we saw in the Espen Kraft video. It says here, no soldering or modifications are required, simply connect the ribbon as before. The display will arrive ready to plug and play. This is the original display of the JV 2080. It's a lovely pea green colored display. Apparently it wasn't very good when it first came out. Well, it's quite crisp, but it is actually quite dim. This shot is a bit overlit, but it's just to show how much different a modern display is. This shot is a bit underlit, but it more closely resembles what it looks like in my studio. So, let's get on with it. Oh man, this smells like smoke. This has been in a smoky studio. So what I'm trying to do here now is I'm trying to get the display out because I need to mount this one here, and there really isn't much to it. You have these 4 screws here and the plastic plate, and this one is a little bit tricky because it's glued on, so we have to try and remove it using heat, and then that's not gonna be the tricky part. The tricky part is, well, I think the tricky part is to get the plastic screen protector on the new screen. I don't know how to do that yet, but I guess the easiest way to get the display out now without doing a lot of screwing around with, you know, taking cables out and boards and stuff like that. I don't want to touch it all that much. Is to just first get the screen protector off the display, and then I can access these screws that are underneath here to release the display, screw the new one on, plug in the cable at the back, and it should work. Let's try to get the screen protector off. Let's go ahead and connect this to test if it works. It's a good thing if you replace displays like this that you always test them first before screwing everything back in. And luckily for us, this is quite simple. You can easily connect the ribbon cable by just gently pushing it in. That's it. I'm actually gonna trust that this is gonna work. So guys, are you ready? I am. Well, the screen works, but it kind of looks like the brightness is just too dim. Oh yeah, that's too dim. But luckily enough, the trimmer is right here. Let's see. Oh, okay, right. That looks a whole lot better. Yeah. That looks about right for my studio. Let's just turn off the lights and then you can see it in its full glory. I must say, watching the pictures, I was kind of willing to be blown away. My expectations were so high. All right, so let's put it back together, man, huh? So first gonna mount this one again. I don't know if the camera is picking this up. Hold it maybe into the light. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, there are these tiny specks here where the paint has come off. And I'm just gonna use a little bit of this to make them black again. Don't know how much. Now, let's see if we need to give it a final rub. My God, I hate this. If I would put this back on and I would notice that there was a little bit of dirt underneath there, I would be, you know, really pissed. All right, looking good now. And just push it in gently. Gonna use the hair blower a little bit to soften the glue and put a little bit, just a little bit of pressure on there so that the glue really sticks again. Oh my God, I think there is just a tiny dust speck underneath there. Ah, oh, God damn it! Oh wow.
The new display is installed and it looks just great. The contrast makes it look more professional and the display stands out more on its own. Everything is just that more readable. The viewing angle is quite okay and, you know, just look at the intro. Man, don't you love this?
So we have the JV 2080 with the upgraded display installed, and while I wasn't initially impressed last night when I installed it, it was dark, but when I see it in daylight, it looks amazing. It's like a whole new device you're working with, or at least you get the feeling like, man, I want to play with this thing. I can imagine that people find that this is a very expensive display, and perhaps you could argue that it is, but you also have to take into account that finding the correct display and driver and mixing and matching colors and, you know, screws, cables, connectors, protocols, it's not very easy to find all of these things out. So unless you're pretty familiar with electronic engineering and displays and controllers and protocols and stuff like that is absolutely a piece of cake for you, then you might be better off finding something yourself, but that takes time. You have to take that into account, the price versus the time that you spend to figure out what you actually need. Plus it might end up costing you more if you order the wrong parts. So you only realize that later into the process while testing that it isn't actually compatible and you need to order another part. No fuses blown, no smoke coming out of the device because you connected wrong cables and stuff like that. No Chinese spec sheets to go through. I think it's in your best interest to buy one of these new displays from Lux Music because they look quite good. He has done all the difficult work for you and you just have to install it. That's it. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like it, consider listening to my music. It's available on Spotify, Amazon, Google Play, or is it called Google Music now? All of these things, Deezer, it's available on there. Just look out for Trash Generation. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time and take care.